The fight for relevance, the battle between mind, body and will. Ultimately, this is a duel for hardships and sacrifices gone by. The present is a present in itself, so reward yourself. There is no time like the now. Richards Bay United looking to stave off relegation against Amazulu. Word is, won't be dishing out any brotherly favors. We are live from the southwest of Tubane in Umlazi. Is there a barnstorming run from Barnes on the right foot? Shows why he's such a hub of creativity. When he gets the ball, players are moving. Gudamyamba perhaps moving far too fast for his own head. And from just inside the box, it was 16. Ball still alive, and the unfamiliar position that Derek Phillies found himself in. It seems to be an issue already for, I think maybe for Victor Lituado. 10 minutes before Rufin Kabala's half-time break, and again, it's been a tight encounter. We expected this wasn't going to be pretty, as most derbies naturally aren't. And especially with the turnaround that these two teams have had to deal with the work schedule. Short amount of rehabilitation and rest as Wade Yosta looks to rehabilitate Amazulu and their efforts. Oh, and it is in the back of the net. Beautifully passed in. Augustine Molenga laying on the feet, looking to stop it, but they couldn't stop it. Exclamation mark. It's Molenga magic. It's one Amazulu. Nil Richards Bay, pressure on.
I tell you, Molenga couldn't believe his luck there. He was unmarked in the goal. He took the shot, not lots of power, more placement, but he'll take it anyhow. I mean, the fact is that you snooze, you lose, and I think if you look at Richards Bay's defense there, you can see, Temba, that they were caught wanting.
We pick it up with Phillies, who go back to underused Veli Motwa. It was the collective powers of Ntembu Mnyamba. And bars have been kept a bit quiet. Mnyamba blazes it over the crossbar. His diabolical finishing. No, the neck of composure continues, coach.
No, he's really disappointing this evening. I mean, there they get the gift returned to them. I mean, a bad pass played out of defense. Shot set up. He had all the time in the world. Look at that. Barnes sets him up and says, "Yeah, young man, just place that ball." Keeper is off his line.
That's Moses Mtembu, the 22-year-old. Good looking cross. It's Yanela Mutuma. Does have a good spring to him, but central to Velu Morta's positioning. Here comes Mbutuma, nice little reverse pass. The touch takes Kumete wide. His cross will trickle harmlessly onto the ground and booted into the air by Hanamud. From the corner. Oof, missed. My player and Bruder was captain. We see some territoire. Figueiredo! Here we go with the goal. Off the bench, and proves it's a capital C for Catalyst. The quintessential impacts up with an immediate impact. It's 1-1. Richards Bay United needed somebody to take the lead. It's Hanamuk. They've gone for the outswinger all game. Amazulu. Oh, that was close. I think that was off the head of Junior Dion. That's their Vori, and Derek Phillies finding himself close to the kitchen but couldn't cook. Not Asia. And he decides to go backwards after that. Oh, and a chance for Barnes! Barnes storming from Barnes! The savior! Who else? Mills, if not Barnes. That might just be the goal that changes the shape of their destiny and their season for Richards Bay Football Club. They have a United in the name. Now they'll be even more united in their cause. And in the end, they found the tonic that worked. It is Richards Bay United that win 2-1 on the night and make it 8 points against Cape Town Spurs in relegation fight.
Ronnie, coach, your thoughts on how the team performed, because at the end of the day, it was not a very easy one.
Look, we said early on in terms of preparation, in terms of the principles of hypercompensation, we managed to keep the group fresh leading into this fixture, and we had no doubt in terms of their ability and what they're capable of doing on the day, because if you look at the last 4 games, it's 9 points, 9 out of 12 points in the last 4 games. That's one of the teams with the best forms in the league at the moment. So we always had confidence in the group. The preparations went spot on, and the results will come. We're confident that the results will continue to come.
Speaking of the results, I don't know if you're aware, but Cape Town Spurs have lost their game. So your points gap between them is now 8 points.
Yeah, I think that's a big plus. That was also something on the back of our minds during the week, that they closed the gap to 5 points, and we were wanting to open it up to 8 points again, and it worked out. Hopefully we can get closer to Swallows now and put the pressure on them above us, and then see how it goes from there.
Are you looking at your last 4 games and thinking this is where we can get points and that's where we can get points?
Not really. As I said early on, we're taking it game at a time. We're preparing game at a time. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We just have to remain humble and continue the analysis and prepare for game at a time. So we're not looking too far ahead. We'll take game at a time and the results will come.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, your thoughts on how you performed? It looked as though you were walking away with all 3 points, but it wasn't to be today.
Yeah, I think in the first half, we controlled well the game, we dominated, we scored the goal that gave us the advantage. Even if individually I think we were not at our best level. In the second half, I think instead of understanding what was going to happen, because we talked about that in the dressing room, we didn't control the game the way we needed. We couldn't capitalize and score the second goal. From there, when you leave games open and you make individual mistakes, and individually we are not at our best level, that means that the team cannot perform at the best level. And even when you cannot get the 3 points, and we try to be ambitious and even try till the end, lack of concentration, lack of quality, and certain actions are costing us the second goal. With not too much, we are losing the game. But it's true that this is a game of mistakes and successes. And today we were not successful. We didn't play individually and collectively at our best level. And also some mistakes that I think we cannot afford a team in PSL which wants to be consistently in top 8, and that's why we are not capable of doing like that, because in the end, when we are having chances, we are not taking them, and that's something that we need to reflect on. And it's the reason behind the position we are.
What were the positives that you saw in the game? Were there any?
I think during many moments we played the kind of football we want to play. We dominated, we rotated the ball well, we created overloads. From there, the final product was not there. The last cross, the last shot was not good enough, but this is something that we know. Sometimes we don't have the quality of those clinical teams, which are the ones higher in the log. But at least we tried. It's the thing that we can demand to our players, trying always till the end and try to do our best, and from there we can make those mistakes when we are on the ball, technical mistakes. But I think, again, today we need to think, we need to start preparing for next season, we need to change things if we want to be consistently in top 4, because we cannot afford that ups and downs if we want to be there consistently.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you so much.